Justine D'Andrea here with Creative Faith Cafe, and I wanted to show you the floral welcome door hanger, the DIY kit that's available. This here is the actual hanger that you would make with the stencils, and I wanted to also show you what else you can do with it. So in the kit you get the wall hanger, the stencils, the chalk, and the squeegee, and then the ribbon, sponge brush, some white chalk, paint, and the floral. So you get everything you need to make this beautiful 15-inch MDF round floral. But I'm going to take it further and show you what I've done with this stencil so that you can see that there's other things that you can do. So I've made this shirt. I've used two stencils. I used the She Is Strong stencil, and then on the sleeves I used the stencil that I got in the kit, that I received in the kit. And it's a really cool thing, I think, to be able to do. So you would use ink paste on, you would use ink on your shirt or anything that you want to use for permanent, but it's just an awesome way to extend the use of your stencils. If you're interested in purchasing the kit, the DIY kit, let me know, and I will get you hooked up for that. So I want to show you, so I've done my kit, and I've used that stencil. I've done my shirt, and now I want to show you what I'm doing with some of the Easter wood cutouts that we have available. So this is this is the Wood Bunny Trio. They're 6.5 by I want to say 1/2 inch, and they come pre-painted or like it is here. And then I'm going to use 3 different chalk pastes to go ahead and use my stencils. So this is a quick, easy craft that you can do if you're a beginner and you are nervous and you just want to be creative but are afraid to start on your own. Girl, this is the way to go. You're going to see how quick this goes, and let's just get started here. So I'm going to put the floral one on this one. Now you can use these as a set, or you can break them up. This particular set I did break up. I'm using this one for something else, and then the 2 smaller ones for another project. So you want to make sure that your stencil is on nice and flat and secure. You'll grab your chalk paste, and I should know this color, but this is a new spring color, I'm pretty sure. You're going to go ahead and mix it up a little. If it feels a little dry, you can go ahead and spray some distilled water into there. And you're just going to put some chalk around, take your squeegee with the angle side down, and you're just going to squeegee over it. You don't want to go over too many times, because just in case you press too hard or too many times, it could go underneath the stencil. Most of the time it doesn't, but it could. So you just go over it, lift it up, and then you're just going to wash it in cold water. I usually just kind of spray it and rinse it off. When you go to dry it, you want to dry it on a we have a tacky cloth that you can dry it on with the sticky side up. You want to dry it like that. So there's our orange one. What a cutie patootie. And then I'm going to grab one of the other Wood Bunny Trios. I'm going to do it in this one. I'm going to do pink. Now you can see this is a little bit more thicker, so I could actually add some water to it. At this time, I don't think I did it with this one. I think I do it with the next one. But you want to use distilled water because that's like a purified water, because you don't want anything funky growing in your paste. But see how easy this is? I mean, look how cute that little floral piece is. And I am going to add, I'll show you how I add a bow and to it. So I thought for the pink one I would do the dots. Make sure your tacky cloth is cleaned off. I have no idea how mine gets so so dirty all the time. There we go. And you want to, when it's a brand new stencil, you want to go ahead and defuzz or fuzz it a few times. So I put it down, I'll lay it down, and then I'll lift it up, and then I'll lay it down 2 or 3 times. So I just used the stencil from the Floral Welcome Decor door hanger. So that was my 3 uses of that stencil already, which is really cool. And then I'm just using some other background stencils that I had that I purchased. So I'm going to do my pink polka dots, making sure it's nice and flat. And notice that I'm just using an area of the stencil. You don't have to use the whole stencil. You can use just an area of it. You can use the and you can also mix, like say if I want to do polka dots on the bottom and something else on the top of the surface, I could. And that's the fun thing about this. Even if I wanted to well, I was going to say even if I wanted to cut it, but I don't think I would cut it apart because it might fringe a little bit too much. Just place the stencil in different areas and just move it around. And there we go. Again, you want to lift it off and then wash it immediately. If you're not washing it immediately, then just make sure it stays wet, because you don't want the paste to dry in your stencil, in your silkscreen stencil. These are silkscreen stencils that we're using, and you don't want to use anything but the chalk paste. You don't want to use paint or anything like that, because it will clog up the silkscreen. So just to remember, you can use ink and you can use the chalk paste. And now we're going to do the plaid in blue. If you have any questions, let me know. And you can go ahead and pop on over to creativefaithcafe.com and you can see the different things that I do with the silk screens and other things that we do over there. And if you're interested in knowing more about the stencils or about purchasing the DIY kit for the spring floral welcome door hanger, let me know. So we have many surfaces that you can choose from. We have a new beaded wood round, which I can't wait to use that. So, and if you're interested in getting a discount on them, let me know. Okay, so I did spray it a little bit with some water, distilled water. I'm mixing it up, and we're going to be ready to go. You want to make sure that your lids are on nice and tight when you close it, because you don't want your chalk paste to dry out. Alright, so I'm going to speed this up just a little bit because you've seen me do it several times. Again, I'm just adding the chalk paste, making sure I get it. Every area that I want to get, that there's no white showing through. I'm telling you, it's so much fun to do this, and it's so satisfying when you lift off when you lift off the stencil. Ta-da! How cute. So I grabbed some of my ribbon. Now I'm new to grabbing did you ever see those bunch of ribbon, the package that you get from Hobby Lobby? And it just comes in this package that you get a whole bunch of different ones, different ribbons, instead of buying one whole roll of one ribbon. Ozzy decided to steal steal a ribbon out of my bag, so he was playing with it for a little while. But I'm just grabbing some different types of, this is rickrack here that I'm going to use as my bow, and I want it to make it a little bit more natural feel, so I'm adding a little bit of raffia to it. I'm making each bow just a little bit different also. And for my bow, I'm just going back and forth, looping, I think about 3 times, and then just tying it off. I just wanted them a little bit different. And I'm going to hot glue them on. So there's my pink one. There's my orange one, and then I'm going to do a blue one. I'm going to keep the theme of the rickrack for these two because, look, I decided to put it up top. Because I'm using these with something that I need for my grandchildren. So I have a boy and a girl, so that's why I decided to stick with that. So one's going to be, I think, a bow in the hair, you know, up top, and one's going to be a bow tie, just to kind of make it a little different. And I'm adding some twine to Noah's. That's my grandson. I mean, it took just a few minutes to do this project, and it's just a nice way to add. You can add it to your shelf. You can add it to, you can even add them to your tray if you wanted to. And the thing is that you can be creative by choosing the different stencils that you want to use on it and playing it with it that way. So I decided to add just a little bit of raffia to my orange one. And then I'm going to finish it up with gluing it with some hot glue. So again, if you're interested in learning a little bit more, shout out, give me a shout out, and I'll help you out and get you started to your creative journey. And you can go to creativefaithcafe.com, and as always, we love when you share and like, and it really helps us a lot in the social media world. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, I will see you later.